Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Desktop Distractions. I'm pretty excited to get my hands on this figure right here. This is the DC Multiverse Superman. As you can see, it is based off of the Superman animated series, or Justice League animated series created by Bruce Timm. Right here, Superman, the animated series, says so on the side of the box. Now, as you can see, this was developed by McFarlane Toys. So we got wind of these figures coming out sometime last year when Mattel dropped DC and McFarlane picked them up, and we were really curious to see how they would turn out. Toy Fair came around and we got no previews or nothing, and then these figures just dropped all of a sudden this month. So now we got our hands on them. Let's take a closer look and let's pop this guy out of the box. Yeah. So real quick, I'm just gonna go over some of the accessories that come in the box really fast. As you can see, the box is covered in this cool comic book collage type looking wallpaper. Now all of these come with a stand right here. There is a DC logo on them. It's kind of hard to see, but right there. And just a stand with a peg in it so you can stand the figure on. And they come with these trading cards right here. So this one is the animated series Superman trading card. There he is flying with the S in the background, and it even says Superman, the animated series on there. Now each of these figures come with a card that represent obviously the figure. And now let's take a closer look at the figure. So here's the figure out of the box. Right there. Yeah, it looks just like the Superman from the animated series we all know and love. Just traditional red and blue. Very cartoonish-like face, just like in the show itself. One thing McFarlane Toys is known for is the detail in their figures, and that's something I wasn't really too worried about all that much. The one thing I was worried about though was their articulation. They weren't really known for that. A lot of their figures were, well, back in the day, were essentially just like statues. Sure, there were points of articulation that like moved or rotated, but I mean, they weren't really known to move like, let's say, a Marvel Legend or anything. So when I heard that they were getting these DC figures, I was kind of curious to see how they would turn out. But now that we got one in hand, let's take a look. So like I was saying, it does have the likeness of the animated series Superman. So there's no doubt about that right there. Looks very cartoonish. Yeah, even just the colors too. Just like on the show. Very bright red, very bright blue and yellow that stand out. And yeah, let's cover the articulation really quick. See, as far as his head, Superman can look down that far. And he can look up pretty far. I mean, you will put him in flying poses, I assume. He is Superman, he will be flying. So he does look up. The back of his head, his hair here, it's not hard or anything. It's like this pliable plastic or rubber material. Can't really tell what that is. But yeah, it's really pliable, so it's not hindering his articulation all that much. Like you can have it bend up like that, no problem. As far as his arms go, dang, he has a very big torso, but his arms go up all the way that high. They go up that high. Yeah, this point in the cape is kind of blocking, so you can't get his arm like all the way up straight, but that's as high as it'll go. And the same with the other arm. Like, that's pretty much as high up as his fists will go. So if you were gonna get him flying, you know, something like that, they go up that high. Let's see. His elbows, single joint. So you get this 90-degree there. You do get this bicep swivel, so you can turn that. So it does rotate. That's about it. Let's see. His wrists and his hands. You get this joint here. See, as you can see, this is what it looks like without the hand on it. So yeah, it does rotate all the way around. You get this peg to stick the hand on. He does come with interchangeable hands. And it's, you know, just like a Marvel Legend. You just pop it in and out like that. Or just like any of the other figures that have interchangeable parts. Yeah, so I mean, that's really neat. So you get a lot of movement in his wrist. You know, I guess when punching bad guys or whatever Superman does. As far as his torso goes, oh, it doesn't really ab crunch much. That's okay. He's like, you know, standing upright anyways. And it doesn't really move back all that far. Well, it actually kind of does go back a little bit. So I guess that helps for like his flying to like even him out. But as far as standing up straight, like that's pretty much it. Waist. Yeah, he does have a waist swivel there, so you can turn that. Now his legs are something I was really curious about. So he can do the splits, like so. And he kicks up, well, he does kick up fairly high. There's no thigh cut, and I kind of wish there was a thigh cut there. Get a little more movement out of there, but I mean, you can lift his leg up, rotate it if you need to, but again, a thigh cut would have been nice. I guess I'm just spoiled from like Marvel Legends and some other figures. Let's see, he does have double jointed knees though. So let's see if we can get that going. See, as you can see, 1, 2 joints. So 1. Oh, man, I can't get his other knee to bend. Oh, there you go. So he does have double jointed knees, as you can see, demoed right there. Boots are deceiving. The way the boots are sculpted makes it look like some of these animated figures from the McFarlane set have a cut on their calf that you can rotate, but you can't. It's just molded that way. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't rotate at his calf. It's just the way that that's designed. But it's cool, I don't really think you need it. He does have the same type of joint on his wrist as he does on his ankle, which gives his feet a lot of mobility. So you can rotate that thing all the way around. Yeah, that's a trip. You don't see that a lot in a lot of feet. And you can point them because of that all the way down, straight up. So get him in some cool flying poses that way, rotate him the right way. And he does come with this toe joint right there too. Yeah. Not to mention he does have this cape. No, it is not a cloth good. It's this little rubber material here, but it's not too hard where it really hinders anything. It's very soft and pliable. So yeah, it doesn't really, I don't think it gets in your way at all whatsoever. But it's only soft up to a point. Like up here on his shoulders, you can't really move it. Yeah, and on the back, more blue, yellow, and red for his tights. So, I mean, those are really the only 3 colors going for him. Aside from that skin tone that he's got going on his fist and his face and neck. Yeah, and that's pretty much it when it comes to soups. Here. And I will say that these animated figures are a little tough to stand. I think it's just because they're top heavy. But if you get the balance just right, then you don't really need this little stand to stand them up. Yeah. As far as accessories go, each of these do come with accessories. Like I said, they come with interchangeable hands. So Soup's comes with a pair of fisted hands already equipped on him straight out of the box. And he does come with these open hands for like holding on to something. And I'll show you how to switch them out. You just pop these out like that, and then you just pop these in. Yeah, and they're really easy to put on too. I'm not like struggling at all. Like if I had, I don't know, like sometimes SH Figure Arts give me a problem, or Mezco's, or even some Marvel Legends give me an issue sometimes. But yeah, these were like really easy to swap out. And he also comes with this giant girder. Looks like he's bending it. So you can have him holding on to this if you'd like. Yeah, and you just put it in between his open hand there. And you can put this one on the other side, like so. See? Make it look like he's like bending it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a nice accessory, you know? You don't get a lot of accessories this big, even with like Marvel Legends. You don't even get anything that big, so you know, it's a nice little touch. I think that's cool. So real quick, just as a comparison, here is a Superman that Mattel did from, this is Superman from the Dark Knight Returns. So just to give you a little bit of a size comparison, right there, this Superman stands just a little bit taller. Yeah. Almost like half an inch taller. Just about. This one does stand a little bit shorter. Maybe it's because it's, I don't know, his legs are spread, no? But yeah, this does stand a little bit shorter. I don't know, articulation-wise, say they're almost about the same. I feel like you get, is there more? Yeah, I think you get more out of that McFarlane one. This guy can't kick up all that high. I mean, they have their give and take. Like, he does have an ab crunch, but he can't kick up at all. And there's no toe articulation there. And there's not even like an ankle pivot on these old Mattel ones. So I don't know, I'm not gonna say one's better than the other. I guess to each their own, but like, I feel like you get more out of the McFarlane one than this one. Oh, see, like this is that boot cut I was talking about. Like this figure has a boot cut. See that? It rotates at the calf, right there, where the boot meets his calf right there. And it looks like this has that, but it doesn't. It's just molded that way. So, I mean, I guess there's a give and take with each one, you know? I wouldn't necessarily say one's like, oh my God, that much better than the other. Like they both look pretty cool. They both look accurate as to what they're portraying. Like this is portraying the Superman from that Dark Knight Returns, and this is the, you know, the Superman animated series by Bruce Timm, and you know, this looks on point. And like I said, there are some points of articulation I think it's lacking. Like, see, like that ab crunch that's non-existent almost. But I mean, at the same time, it still looks hella nice though. I mean, this would be a nice fit for your collection. If you already didn't get the animated stuff that DC put out, what, like a year or two ago? Because they put out a bunch of like DC animated 6-inch figures, especially from like the Batman line. Like if you didn't get any of those, then yeah, I think this would be a nice fit. Yeah, you get a good bang for your buck. I mean, this is only $20. And you get interchangeable hands. Like that's pretty cool. It's really nice to see McFarlane do that. So yeah, for $20, this is definitely not bad. You know, for I guess this is a 7-inch figure, technically. It stands at 7 inches tall. But yeah, I thought McFarlane did a pretty good job on these right here. I mean, this is only the first one that I've gotten to mess around with. So I'd like to get my hands on the rest of them to, you know, to compare and contrast. But yeah, not bad. You know, you get interchangeable hands, you get an accessory, you get a cool collector card, you know, and a stand. all that stuff. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how McFarlane did on the rest of the figures. I'd like to get my hands on those, and we'll unbox those as well. So yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the animated series and if you're a fan of Bruce Timm's artwork, yeah, it's pretty good. You know, it looks just like the cartoon that I remember. Definitely just brought to life. But yeah, it looks just like Superman from the animated series, see? It's on point. Alright guys, so you know where to find us. Retrenders.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out more of our toy videos. And yeah, we'll be back next time. Alright, peace.